morning, welcome back to another video. It's Tuesday and I'm filming a week in my life. And some might argue that since I'm starting on Tuesday, the week in my life doesn't count. But I've been vlogging the past couple Mondays and they are boring as crap. I've watched them back. We gotta take a break from the Mondays. Nothing exciting really happens on Mondays. So I'm gonna take you Tuesday through Friday this week. And I'm starting Tuesday off with a workout and a double shot of espresso because I'm gonna need it. If you missed it, I bought a class pass for this local Pilates studio. It's basically harder than solid core in my opinion. And I have to use them up, so I've been putting myself on the wait list, and if I get off, it's a sign. I have to go. I got off today for the 8:30 class. It's 8:20 and I am procrastinating by sitting in my car. I also need to drink this before I go in. But it's cold here in Charleston. Like, it is chilly. If you don't know, I live in Charleston. And the workout class scene here is kind of lacking. I bought a reformer to have at my house, but I have some things, like I have this new piece of furniture that's just sitting in the middle of my living room right now where the reformer usually goes. So I'm kind of glad that I got the class pass because I haven't pulled out the reformer in quite a bit. I'm making some progress on turning my shed into a little gym. We can talk about that later. I actually have a contractor coming at 10:30, I believe. And then I have a landscape designer coming this afternoon because I want to get some quotes and some plans drawn of different investment levels of what I could do with my backyard. I just bought this house last year, renovated the entire inside, did not really spend any time or money on the outside. Pros and cons to that: I saved money in the short term and I invested that into other areas inside the house. But now in hindsight, I'm like, wow, maybe I should have just done the backyard at that same time, but it's okay. You live and you learn. The contractor comes at 10:30, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to run some errands after this class, but I need to stop talking and start chugging, and it's also freezing, so I'm probably gonna get a brain freeze. Then I have to walk from my car to the Pilates studio. So really brave in this like 50-degree weather. What can I say? Workout was good. I did get the nice modifications call out a couple times, but all is well. Now I'm just fingers crossed praying that the store that I get my coconut cult from has the chocolate flavor in stock, because that's like the only one I'll eat. I've actually never tried strawberry, but I would prefer chocolate since I already know I like that one. So let's see if they have it. It's not looking promising. That's where it usually is, but clearly they're out. I would bet you that the second a 20-something girl walks in a matching workout set, they know she's going for the coconut cult. Coconut cult has been located at Whole Foods. So I got 3 jars. Might seem excessive, but I'll probably go through this in like a month and a half, and it's so hard to find, so I did stock up. This is leftovers of a salad that I made for lunch yesterday. I just added some chicken today because I wanted it to be a little bit more filling, but it has some roasted cauliflower on there, cucumber, avocado, broccolini, the chicken obviously, and then I also added some quinoa too with this homemade dressing. I have about 20 minutes before my landscape design person comes, and I don't know how long that meeting's gonna take. I have a feeling they're just gonna walk the property, at least that's what I hope they're gonna do. But in the meantime, I got all of these organizers at Target because I'm trying to organize my kitchen. I was going to, and I very well might still hire like professional organizers to come in and organize my house, but I didn't even do like bare minimum organizing when I moved into this place. I was just shoving things in random places, and you pay hourly for organizers, and I want to at least try and make some sense of it so I can see what I can tackle on my own if I need someone to come in and help me optimize certain spaces. But right now, if I was to pay someone hourly to make sense of this, it would just be ridiculous because it doesn't even make sense to me, and I'm capable of making it make sense to me, but I might need some help in like some areas of the house. But for now, I'm going to see what I can use these for. Like, I bought this. I try not to buy anything like this until I know what I need, but I know for a fact that I need more knife storage. So I saw this at Target and it's bigger than the one that I have, and I can probably sit them next to each other. They only had one. I could probably do 2 of these next to each other. I might have to do an online order from Target. I don't have a Container Store or anything like that near me. I really wish I did, but I'm just kind of limited to what I can get in person at Target because I don't like to order too much of this online, because whenever the organizing bug bites, I need to capitalize on that. Like, if I stop and order what I need, by the time that order comes in, I'm not gonna want to organize. So I'm just working with Target stuff. This is a like silverware thing. I got another one I have a lot of drawers. I mean, the kitchen is essentially all drawers. So yeah, I want to make the most of them and make them make sense. So I got some of these things too. The like expandable drawer dividers. I would argue that this is one of the only drawers that's like somewhat organized, but even then it's not looking too hot. I'm gonna take this block out. I don't really have a plan. I think I need to make a plan. I have one, oh, get in there. 1, 2, also if you're wondering, I don't have hardware on any of my drawers or really any of my cabinets because I did the pop lock stuff because I just love how clean it looks without hardware. But I have 1, 3, and 4 drawers that I'm hoping I can organize today. Let me show you the state of them. Like I have some bamboo things, that's why I went with bamboo so I can use what I already have, but they just need to make sense and I'm sure there's some stuff I could donate and just get out of here. Like, what's going on? And then this right here is my junk drawer, which is arguably kind of organized, so I don't really need to touch that, but I definitely want to do the 4 that I just showed you. I decided my first order of business was to empty out everything that was in the drawers, and then I'm gonna go through and like get a donation pile going. Like I don't need this ice cream scoop. There's a couple things, probably not a lot, but I could definitely get some of this out of here that I have like duplicates of, or things that just like don't work as well as other versions. Like I know I have a vegetable peeler somewhere in here. This thing is trash, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Kind of pare down this and then think about ways that I want to categorize it, like maybe baking in one, and then like hosting stuff, maybe like serveware. I don't know, I'm gonna think about that later, but I can definitely get rid of some of this. In the middle of my organizing, the landscape guy came and went, and he did use the phrase logistical nightmare to describe the current setup of the backyard property. So baby, there's no plane. There's no organizers coming. I think the budget needs to go to the backyard. So that's giving me a little bit more pep in my step when it comes to getting all of this stuff sorted out. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm sure someone else would do it better, but right now I have knives and like silverware. I'm trying to think of it kind of as like if someone else was walking through the kitchen, granted I should organize in a way that makes sense to me, but I'm just thinking like if someone said I need a straw, a fork, and a knife, like that's all in one drawer, and then mixing or like baking, maybe this should go in here. Measuring and baking and like my cookie scoops and my peeler and my cheese graters, I have all in this one drawer right here. I'm gonna do the furthest one over, basically almost like a junk drawer, but with like grilling stuff, ice cream scoop, meat thermometer, chip clips, and all of the straws and random things that go with all of those cups that we all have millions of. So I think that should go in like the furthest drawer next to my actual junk drawer. I'm trying to just make it make sense to myself, but also if someone else was navigating, like I want things to be clustered together in a way that makes sense. I was just putting things where they fit last time. Well, I guess last time if you want to even count that as organization, it was just when I was unpacking everything. Let me show you a little sneak peek. Once I have everything figured out, I'm gonna make a cute little stop motion TikTok, but these are all of my knives. So as you can see, the second knife block thing really came in handy. I put all of my silverware in here. I got a saber set, saber, that's the brand. If you can see it, you definitely can't see it, but I like it. Some people say it looks like cooking utensils or camping utensils, but I like it. I went through my straws and just purged all of the random completely wacky ones because I don't need that many straws, and I like that they're all plain now. And I put some scissors in here, and then this drawer has, like I said, zesters, peelers, scoops, measuring, can opener, whisk, and lemon squeezer. This drawer over here has some cocktail stuff, chip clips, because I can never find chip clips, and I honestly need to just buy like clothespins at the dollar store and keep those in here. This is my stainless steel like, utensils, because in this right here I just like to keep my wooden stuff out, so I put all the stainless steel and like rubber spatulas and stuff in here. And then I have a whisk and more tweezers. So this is kind of like cooking tools in here, which is why I have it to the right of the stove. And then this is basically like the kitchen junk drawer. So it's like my open can cocktail thing, knife sharpener, herb stripper, whisk, taco holders, frosting knives, blowtorch, straws for random cups and stuff. And then this is more like grilling equipment. So I have my stainless steel skewers that are reusable. I have the little basting brush thing. I think that's what it's called. This is a baster. I think that's a basting brush. I don't know. And then utensils that I use on the actual grill that are metal. And then like a cake tester. I think this is a pastry cutter. This is a melon baller that I got for cocktail garnishes. So maybe I should put that in here. Decisions. I think I'm gonna keep it in there. But these are those expandable things. Those worked really well. Should have gotten more of those, but these inserts look good too. Everything's Target. You can also find stuff There we go. You can also find stuff like that at like Home Goods, TJ Maxx. I have one more of these and it gave me a splinter too. I can feel it. I haven't had a splinter since like childhood, but I have an extra one of these that didn't fit in that drawer. So I think I'm gonna use it in here to organize my dish towels because these could definitely be rolled better and I could probably purge some that are just stained beyond repair. Nothing crazy. Once I have my washer and dryer installed, hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow, I'm probably gonna take everything out of here and wash it with like some Oxy Boost because some of these had some stains and like marks that I think I can get out, but I just haven't been like doing laundry, you know, that intensely. I've just been doing like must-have loads, but like I would love to get that stain out. Anyways, all that to say that I folded all the towels on this side. This is my drying mat that I just fold up and put in here whenever I'm done doing the dishes. And then I have, what are these, like trivets? So I have some like hot plate things and then oven mitts and pot holders. And this is honestly not that necessary because I could have done the exact same thing without this divider, but it adds some form and function, so I like it. And on that note, my dinner is heating up in the oven. I made these meatballs last night and they're so good. My mouth is watering. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take a pause on the organizing for tonight so I don't burn myself out, but this will be my next project. So I am gonna start thinking about what I wanna do over here. I think I'm gonna order 3 more bins, mainly because they come in a pack of 3, which is why I have 3, but I think I can do 3 more up there and then move my vases. I can probably get rid of a couple vases, move those somewhere else in the kitchen. That will be to be determined. And then I'll have more like hidden storage, or not necessarily hidden, just like covered storage up there. I'm gonna try and pare down my bar cart stuff to things that I'm not actually using. And then my appliances, I just used my rice cooker. Picture my rice cooker, pressure cooker right there. This stuff is all hosting stuff right now, but I think all of this plus the vases could be up here instead, because this is really hard to get up to, obviously, without a step stool. And I really only need hosting stuff like maybe once or twice a month. So I would rather put that up in like a harder to reach area. I can't see, it's like really hard for me to get like good leverage on these. Right now up here I have like some pantry stuff and I would rather that be where I can actually access and use it and the hosting stuff be up here. So I would love to make these drawers kind of an extension of the pantry since it's like adjacent to the pantry. So that will be maybe not tomorrow's project, but a project later in the week. So I'm gonna order those bins. And then right here, I keep all of my glassware, which could be organized better, but I do like the functionality of keeping it in this cabinet. So that will stay there. In this cabinet right here next to the glassware, I just have like a continuation of the pantry. So this has got to go over there. That is like not throwing it away. This just everything needs to be together. That is together. So I think I'm gonna do all of my Stanley cups and like big water bottles and stuff in here. And then between all of these drawers right here being pantry, and then this right here is a pull-out pantry that just needs to be optimized. I think I have enough food storage. I think. Who knows? This is an ingredient household. If you're coming to Charleston, the one thing that I think you absolutely have to do is get a chocolate croissant at Sorelli. And if you like coffee, you have to get a coffee too. I'm confident that you and I can get the pantry done today. Like the pantry, fridge needs a good clean out, but I don't want to necessarily call that organizing, but I think we can do like the food side of the kitchen. We did the drawers yesterday. Some of the stuff is already organized and it'll just be like a matter of cleaning out the cabinet and putting everything back in case it got a little dusty in there. But I think for the most part, we can finish the kitchen today. This vlog accidentally turned into probably one of many of my spring cleaning vlogs. Someone told me on TikTok that I can't call it spring cleaning yet, but it's like 60 degrees in Charleston, so it kind of feels like spring. And I'd rather do it now when it's not hot outside. 60 was kind of an exaggeration. It's like a brisk 57 today, but as soon as it gets like super nice out, I'm gonna want to be outside. I'm gonna be doing my spring cleaning now. Well, it's still a little too chilly to be outside, but when spring actually hits, I need to be on a patio with a margarita. I do not need to be organizing my kitchen. So that's why we're starting now. I'm still mastering how to put it on because sometimes it peels and gets funky. Like right now, why is it peeling? Or not peeling, it's called like pilling, I think. But I really want to like this Win Beauty skin tint. I just need to figure out like the best way to layer it because it's like the perfect color for me. Actually, it doesn't look like the perfect color right now. I've literally told my friends that that if they were in a life or death situation and the question was, is Clara's foundation matching her neck and the rest of her body today, they could confidently guess no and they would live, because my foundation never matches my neck. No matter how many times I get color matched, no matter how hard I try, it's just not in the cards for me. So this is what I'm working with. This is one of my least favorite chores ever. Then I feel so good after I complete it. I really just have to get all of like my leftovers out of here, and then I'll wipe like the surfaces and everything. I do have another one of these little spinny table things that maybe I could put right here and just have all of my sauces and stuff up here. Like my milk might fit on that. I don't know, I'm gonna play around with like the actual organization of it. Get rid of everything that's like expired, because that kind of sneaks up on you, especially when you buy like a ton of random ingredients. You need to make sure these are actually all still in date. But I feel like if I heads down, focus, and do this, it probably will take me like 20 minutes. Won't be that bad. I have so many sticks of butter. I have an empty box of butter. Literally so much butter. Look at my butter dish though. It doesn't get enough screen time. I got it at West Elm, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. Well, it's right when I graduated college, so like 5 years ago. It was like one of my first West Elm purchases ever. Buttermilk kind of scares me. And I hate always having to buy like a huge one for recipes. Freshest tasting within 5 days of opening. I think she's dead. It's definitely been 5 days. Sparkling water, my limeade mix. It just made a noise. The beef broth is done. I'm just trying to get all the expired stuff out first so I can see what I have to organize, kind of similarly to the way that I did the drawers. Like I need to see what I'm working with, and then I can start finding homes for it. These are definitely done. Salad is done. How good can wine be open for? I'm so obsessed with this fridge for many reasons, but mainly because they have like WeatherTech car liners in the bottom of all of these bins and the produce drawers and everything. So you can take these out and wipe them, and it just makes keeping the fridge clean like a little bit easier. Ta-da! I added another one of these little swirly things right here just because I had it, and then I think I'm gonna do like stacked leftovers. I mean, if you can't really come up with like a good system for your fridge because things change so often, like I usually don't have bread, but like right now I have bread. This is all of my, well, most of my random condiments and stuff that's on another one of those like spinny trays. Can't really get rid of any of that because I have recipes that will like well, I don't know why I have 2 of these, but like will randomly call for harissa or something like that. Jalapenos, I think these are like pepperoncinis, olives. So I just keep all of my ingredients because I'm bound to need it again, and usually those things have a pretty good shelf life. But I have all my drinks up here. I'm really trying to drink like 2 poppies a day to get through these. They did not send me the vending machine, but they sent me enough poppy to last me like a year because I don't want to pour it out, and like my friends don't really drink poppy, so I'm just chugging 2 a day and hoping I don't explode. I have romaine in this drawer because I need fresh romaine at all times for Polly, and then I have like my produce in here, which right now is just some cilantro and some Brussels sprouts. Speaking of, I'm gonna make lunch before I do the rest, but I also have this drawer down here and the freezer, but I don't really think I'm gonna clean anything out of the freezer. The freezer is so small that I already know what's in there, so I'm just gonna leave that as is. But I do have to cook lunch, which involves this ground chicken and the Brussels sprouts, so let's do that before I finish the rest of the kitchen. Why does this look like it has like a sepia filter on it? Hopefully this is better than it looks. This is a new recipe that I just found on Pinterest. Oh, it looks better in daylight. It's just Brussels sprouts, ground chicken, and like balsamic vinegar and mustard, I think. That entire shelf is just oils. Don't let me buy any more oil when you see me at the grocery store. I had these containers already, and I had some of my more like ingredient stuff in them, but then I had duplicates of the ingredients, and I had never written down like the expiration date of what was in there when I put them in there. And quite honestly, I think it was from when I lived in Raleigh, quite frankly. I mean, I'm sure I was adding to it and kind of refilling them, but not in a way that I was actually tracking the expiration dates and everything. So I just refilled all of these with what I had in the pantry and bags and stuff, and then I wrote, well, I cut out like a label for them It's not very aesthetic, but maybe one day I'll get like a label printer and actually change it. But I just cut off literally from the packaging, taped it on there, and then wrote the date. And now all of this, it's not necessarily the most like space effective, obviously, but I just prefer it like this. These containers are from iDesign, I think. I did a pantry organization partnership with them, and I really want to get more. I like how they nestle together. So I'll have this one over here with that kind of oddball Tetris guy on top, and they're all the same level. But organizing your pantry like this really only makes sense if you're going to keep track of the dates, because I didn't realize how quickly flour expired. I bought this flour back in December of this year and it expires in November, and I thought flour lasted like a couple years, so I've definitely been using expired flour. So these are my little makeshift labels, but maybe one day I'll upgrade. Probably not. This might be kind of next level crazy, but any bag that I just tore open the first time that I opened it, I've just been taking the time to cut it so that it's like a clean line, because I might as well if I'm going through the entire pantry, you know? I feel like that just looks so much better. Here's where I ended off with the pull-out pantry for the day, and probably for the time being. Oils, ingredients, sauces, baking stuff. Basically, like, I guess you could think of this as more of the ingredient stuff, because then across from this fridge area is the appliance garage section, which is like a special place that I wanted for all of my tabletop appliances and stuff to live. So I have the 3 baskets coming up there for more like tucked away, ugly, hidden storage. My pressure cooker usually sits right there, and then I need my Nespresso from my other place. I need to finally move that over, and I can finally empty out the pantry over there, which sounds kind of weird, but I still have like some random ingredient stuff over there. But I turned all of these drawers into pantry storage, and there's like still a lot of room to grow into it, which is nice. So this is all like proteins and fitness related like supplement stuff. Containers, parchment paper, tinfoil, whatever, napkins, and then this one is all of my tea and coffee, which I think makes sense considering my coffee situation is going to be right there. And then, like I said, room to grow into it. I think I have more random stuff. I don't think it's a lot, but I do remember there being some random, like baking soda, random stuff. I don't know. I think I'll be able to fill this with time, but I like that there's room to grow into it because I do get sent a lot of food PR, hence why I have so much oatmeal, but I usually never have anywhere to put it, and then I get overwhelmed by it. But it's nice that now I have like a completely open drawer. That's unheard of for me. The stuff that was in there was all my hosting stuff, which I have now moved up here because it is hard for me to get to this without, I don't even want it to open all the way because I won't be able to close it, but I put all my hosting stuff up there. So it's hard for me to get to without a step stool. And I really only reach for that stuff maybe once or twice a month. So it just makes sense for that to be in the most inconvenient spot in my opinion. And then as I was going through the other drawers, I didn't actually touch that one or that one. It's my cutting boards. I put some hosting stuff down here that I could see myself using on a somewhat more regular basis, like this little snack thing, chip and dip stuff, pitchers, just for like quick hosting or just like having friends over. That stuff's more like dinner party stuff, I guess that's what I should call it. And then that drawer looks kind of full. I went through my spices and all the expired ones. I wrote down what they were. I'm gonna keep them in a note on my phone. I'm not necessarily gonna repurchase them because obviously I didn't use them up before they expired, but I do want them on a note on my phone so that when I'm writing my menu for the week, if it calls for a spice, I'll check that note on my phone just to make sure it's not one of the ones that I just threw away. And then I'll spare you the rest. It's not that interesting, but I accounted for the stuff that's like in the dishwasher still. I got my containers. This is where I have like my pots and pans. And then I did end up putting my Stanley cups and stuff in this one. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight in my vlogs? Wait for it. I've never been so happy to see a washing machine working. It's honestly not terribly loud while it's going either. Beautiful. I'm so excited. Okay, the kitchen project was obviously the priority of this vlog, and it's only Thursday, so I think we can get a couple more projects done. I cleaned the actual kitchen, which is, it's hard enough to organize a room. It's harder to keep it clean while you're organizing it, but the only thing left to do is organize those 3 baskets that are gonna go in the top of the appliance garage. I have everything that's gonna go in the baskets in the appliance garage, and I closed it up because I can't do anything about it right now, so I might as well cover it up. The only other place in here that needs organizing is under the sink, which is something that I do think I'm gonna have to go buy organizers for. I've been trying to just use what I've accumulated over the years, quite frankly, because I feel like every time I move into a new place, I buy like a specific niche organizer for a specific area in the house, and then I try and find a place that I can use it in the next one because organizers and stuff are so expensive. But I think I'm just gonna pop over to like TJ Maxx maybe and see what they have, because since I did the instant hot water in here, there's quite a lot under the sink. Like this is a filtration thing. There's the, what is that called? A garbage disposal. That's the hot water thing. So I'm working around a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this is the current state. I think I can do a little bit better. So I'm gonna pop over to TJ Maxx, and I also have a load that needs to go to Goodwill. So I'll just do that all at the same time. I have like 20 minutes before I have to go back and meet my carpenter. He just texted me and said he can stop by today. So I'm gonna pop into Home Goods. I think I'll have more luck in there, but if I have time, I'll walk over to TJ Maxx. This shopping center is very dangerous. There's also an Ulta in the corner, so I'm just thankful I don't have time to go in there. This is kind of funky. What is that even for? Like a plant? There's some cool stuff in the front window, and I always forget to look over here. Like, that's beautiful. I love getting beach towels here, but I just got a new set last summer, so I'm not gonna get them this summer. They totally just did a restock because I have never seen this much stuff in here. I feel like it's usually picked clean. What is today's date? Thursday? Maybe Thursday's like a good day to come. But look at this. Like, this would have been so cute in my bathroom when I was finding something for the bath salt. $7.99. What did I come in here for? Organizers. Today is shaping up to be a very lucky day because not only is my washing machine working, but I found more hangers that I was in need of this morning. I got some bins to start on the bathroom project, which might be tomorrow's situation. And then I got some baskets for under the sink. And then I also got this basket, this big one, is gonna go on top of the dryer, like on top of the stack, because I always need somewhere to put like dirty towels, because I always do rags and towels in their own load, but I don't want them in with my clothes. Like, I need their own laundry basket for that. So I got this big basket to put on top of the washer, hopefully for that. So scored. Love that. I love like the vibe of them too. And they were less expensive than I thought they were gonna be. I'm also trying to become a bag person, like someone that carries like an everyday purse. Yeah, that's the journey I'm on. You'll love to see it, especially when you didn't measure. It's the perfect fit. I could probably do a better, actually no, with that pipe right there, I probably, a tube, it's not a pipe, you know what I mean? I probably couldn't do much of a better job. Very odd down here. That's my garbage disposal button. But anyways, I think it's nice to have it all in baskets, because if I need to access any of this, which there's probably a high likelihood that at one point I will need to access this, especially like change the filter and stuff, I can just pull it out in the basket. So nothing groundbreaking, but it's definitely more functional. I present to you Polly's future litter box holder. This is kind of what I was talking about. I'm gonna have to touch up the paint just because of the item that I chose. It was hard for him to get like a clean cut on it, but I'll clean this up, paint the edge here, but this is all I needed him to do because this required skill set and tools that I didn't want to buy or acquire. So I think I'm gonna do pieces of felt right here, but then Polly's litter box will live in here. She will hopefully love it, hop up, jump in here, and then jump in her litter box. Fingers crossed this all goes according to plan, but then I can finally have my hallway back. If you're new around here, this is who I'm talking about. This is Polly, my free roam rabbit that I've had for 6 years. But on that note, if you're new around here, none of my vlogs probably make sense. I feel like there's never an explanation for certain things. You either get it or you don't. You either know or you don't. So maybe I need to be better about making these videos a little bit more beginner friendly. Because if I clicked on this video and I didn't know anything about me, I feel like nothing would make sense, but I'll work on that. I just had a knock at the door and it was the UPS guy for something that I had to sign for. Oh, it says alcohol. Let's see what it is though, because it's like gurgling at me, and I didn't think that I had any alcohol coming. Oh, it's wine. Heck yeah. Dang, that's crazy. I think this is a stainless steel bottle. Ooh, I will be having a glass of wine tonight. 2 bottles of Sauvignon Blanc. If I said that wrong, don't yell at me. I don't really know a lot about wine, but what is this? Wine in the present tense, currently Wine Co. All I know is it is freezing, and that's how I like my white wine. I do ice cubes in my wine. A couple hours later, I decided against the wine because I don't really drink alone at home. It's not really my vibe. Like, I'll have wine if I'm going like out to meet friends or something while I'm getting ready, but like I very rarely will pour a glass of wine just like on a night like this. So I have some probiotic soda in a wine glass, and I'm gonna take a nice hot everything shower because I kind of want to take tan tomorrow morning. And to finally close the loop on the kitchen, my 3 baskets arrived. So now the entire place, well, the entire kitchen is organized. Next on my organization list was the bathroom, but it's actually going to be this credenza, which is less of an organization and more of just a purging situation, because this used to be my TV stand and it's just filled with a lot of stuff. This is actually going away. I sold it to a friend and she's gonna come pick it up later this afternoon, and then Polly's credenza storage situation will be here instead. Her litter box is gonna go on the one side and then all of her supplies and stuff will go on the other side, which means everything in here needs to go elsewhere, but I also think that I can just straight up get rid of a lot of it. So that's my next project, because she's gonna be coming in a matter of hours. I'm starting today's section of the week of my life later in the day. I think it's like 2. So yeah, I need to get a move on this, and then maybe I'll touch the bathroom. I might do, well, I'm definitely gonna do closet next week and the next week in my life. I'm gonna try and break up like organizing and spring cleaning into so many different videos coming up, because I feel like that's more realistic. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do all this in one day, 1 week even, and I'm gonna burn myself out if I do and like cut corners and just not do the job right. Like, I'm so happy that the kitchen feels organized in a correct way. Like, I know that I didn't cut any corners. I know that I ordered like the exact things I needed. I just feel very good about actually taking my time and like knocking that out and doing it right. So I'm gonna try and bring that energy into the rest of the house too. So once I get through this, that will cross off kitchen and dining room hopefully in today's video, and then next week I really want to do clothing. I think that'll be like all clothes, like my dresser and my closet. That might be more than a week-long project, but ooh, that's daunting. I can do it though. Lots of coffee will be drank, but I can do it. So this cabinet is mostly like electronics, I think, like cords and stuff. So I just need to figure out if they're actually necessary. I have some games in here, and then I have books. I'm hoping that I can donate like half of this stuff, and then I think the rest can fit in the mudroom, which will be its own organization hurdle in and of itself. Is this what maturing is like? Because I'm literally dropping off my Goodwill donations the day that I made the pile. Like, that is maturity, if I do say so myself. I'm actually dropping them off before I can second guess anything and take it out of the Goodwill pile. I was picturing like adhesive felt, but this is like foam, and I've been trying to teach Polly to go in here. She doesn't like hate it yet, but there's nothing in there for her to like find, so she's not really like crazy into it, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for her to go in there, but I'm hoping that like it'll be like a slow transition, but hoping that by like mid-March this is the setup. I guess I forgot to say that the girl that I sold the other credenza to came and picked it up, so now this is the final setup, and obviously that's like not ideal, but that's more ideal than having like a litter box out in the open. Here's my idea. See in future vlogs if it actually works out, but here's an idea you can steal if you have a cat. I feel like cats would like eat this up. Like, this would be great for cats. Such a good idea, and you probably wouldn't even have to do the ramp with a cat. They would just hop right in there. So life hack, if you have a cat or a litter box creature and you want to do something like this, it was so easy. Just find someone that's willing to cut the hole in the side or teach yourself how to do it. And with that, I'm gonna end today's video here. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe if you're not, because I just have a feeling you might want to watch another video if you made it to this point. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you want to. I'll put my handles and everything on the screen. I will see you in next week's video, which will probably be a lot more organizing because it already feels so much better in here. Like, it looks the exact same, like surface level, but it just feels better. If you know, you know. It's like the best feeling to know that the closed cabinets that you can't even see into are still clean inside of them. It's chef's kiss. So spring cleaning is officially, unofficially in full swing for me, because like I said, I want to be out on a patio when spring actually comes. So that means doing my spring cleaning a little bit earlier. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one.